Hey guys, it's GameFace here, and welcome to the one you've all been waiting for, episode 1 of the Manchester City career mode. Now in today's episode we're going to be kicking things off, we're going to be getting on with the career mode, trying to set things up, obviously beginning the pre-season tournaments as well, which you're going to be taking part in today's episode, as well as looking at the transfer window, trying to bring in players, and also get rid of players as well. We're going to try and keep this career mode fairly realistic though, so we're not going to be bringing in loads of players. We do have a lot of money to spend, got the extra 60% bonus added on to our budget as well if we need it, but this budget is to cover us for not just this window but also the January transfer window as well, so that's why it's such a large amount for us to spend if we want to. We're really excited to bring back this career mode. Obviously you guys loved it last FIFA and it's coming back for this one as well, and what we're going to do with the other two career modes is basically the Barcelona will be ending at the end of that season, so it'll be continuing with Leeds and this one alongside it as well, but we will be ending it at the end of the Barcelona season, and the Leeds one will continue alongside the Manchester City career mode. So that's why we're going to do things with the three career modes that we currently have. We'll go down to 2 once the Barcelona career mode has finished. But let's crack on with today's episode. Before we do, can we try and hit over 100 likes on the first episode of this career mode? I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe as well down below, and that'll be absolutely fantastic. Let's crack on with today's episode, and we are going to be sorting out the team selection, that sort of thing, sorting it all out, because we do have a few very big matches to play in pre-season. You can see the group that we've got: Orlando City, PSG and Real Madrid there, the different teams that we could come up against, or we will come up against at some point during the pre-season tournament. We've also got some inboxes and some emails to take a look at. We will have a look at some of the objectives in a second. We'll quickly have a look now. Youth development is a low one, but they still need to sign one player to the senior team in the same season that they were scouted. They play them in 5 matches as either a sub or part of the starting 11. Then they've got another one as well for us to sign at least 2 players younger than 20 with potential greater than the average overall rating of the players currently in the same position. So that's going to be quite a tough one, but it's a low priority one, so it doesn't really mean you have to do it particularly. The brand exposure one, short term, wants to get about £176 million worth from shirt sales. We should be able to do that pretty comfortably, I'd say, and then earn about £334 million through media earnings over 3 seasons. So a long term one, that one, but again, certainly something I think we can do. Financial, there's none. Domestic success, a critical one, that's win the Premier League and the FA Cup, something we are trying to do this season, and then want to reach the final of the Champions League. So some difficult objectives there, some critical ones that are going to be pretty tough for us. We've got a great squad though. We've obviously seen in real life how good Man City's team is. Currently I think top of the league and winning 7-2 was against Stoke City recently, so obviously Man City in great form right now. Hopefully we can continue that into this career mode as well. We'll change around the team sheets, so we'll do a few different things with the team selection. I'll show you what I'm going to be playing at different times during the season with Man City. Okay, so here are a few of the formations that I'll be playing I think in this season for us. We've got 3 different formations that we'll be going through. 5-3-2 is going to be one of them. That's obviously the default one that they've got. Also 3-5-2 as well, so just basically the fullbacks a little bit further on, and then a 4-3-3 holding formation, so a few different variations of similar sort of things. Obviously the 4-3-3 will be a little bit different there, the 4 at the back, but I think those will be the sort of different formations I'll be rotating between. Obviously we're going to have a look in the transfer window. We're going to be looking at our squad in particular, and just trying to pick out those guys we want to try and keep, and also the guys we want to try and get rid of as well. In terms of players that I want to try and bring in, I'm not really too sure of that many different players, to be honest, right now. It might be that we just leave until January. I don't want to make that many signings. It's tempting to bring in another centre-back or maybe another full-back potentially, but I think for now we won't rush into anything straight away. Might not even necessarily sign everybody in today's episode. We'll just take a look at different options for us. Obviously we've got one left-back. Fabian Delph can play there as well if we want him to, but obviously he's ideal in that position, although I was saying I think his in-game stats would actually probably suit that sort of position quite well, to be fair, hence why Pep Guardiola's probably gone with it, not based on FIFA stats, but I'm sure he's just seen a lot of potential for him to play in that sort of position. We've got 2 right-backs though, which I'm obviously very happy with, but I'm going to take a look at the squad in general and just see whether there's any players I could list for loan or to be sold. Okay, so these are the players that I've transfer listed. Obviously a few of them for transfer, a few of them for loan as well. You can see Facey here, one of the players, also Batiki or something. He's also been transfer listed for Paula. Those guys I don't think are quite good enough for their age, so they have been transfer listed. I will free up a little bit of space in our squad. Other players that have been loan listed, you can see some of the younger guys, some 18, 19-year-olds, I just think need a little bit more game time and probably won't get it, to be honest, given the amount of competition in our squad. So loan listed 4 guys, transfer listed 3. Overall, don't really think we need to get rid of any bigger names, to be honest, right now. I want to try and keep most of the squad that Man City have in real life. In terms of the names to bring in, again, it's probably more defensively that we're going to maybe have a look at. Probably another fullback, potentially. We'll have to wait and see exactly who, but I'm not going to rush into it. We've got a long transfer window ahead of us, and that means we do have plenty of time. For now, we're going to take a look at some player training drills. We're going to train up some of the youngsters, hopefully see a bit of a growth if we can. Players like Gabriel Jesus, I think, should be much higher in overall, with one of the players on the list for us to train. Okay, so these the drills we're going to go with for the first week. Obviously, you've seen that I've gone with a lot of dribble possession drills there. 3 of those guys on those drills, just because it looks pretty good. I think ball control is massively important for us, as well as the stamina, which we're also trying to train up as well. Mendy comes in for one of the drills. I think he should be higher overall. Same with Gabriel Jesus. Both those guys are going to be trained for a few weeks and maybe even months. We'll wait and see. First week, though, obviously not that much progress. Not really expecting there to be honest. But we'll move on to the next day when we can hopefully, I think, train them again before the game against PSG, which will be an exciting game, which we'll get on to playing in today's episode. It's a sort of a real sort of trial for the team to decide what sort of formation we'll be playing and how we're going to be playing throughout the season. I'm hoping to try and replicate Man City's form in real life. A lot of people, I think, said when I started the Man City career mode last FIFA that it was going to be really easy and I'd just win everything. It'd be a little bit too boring. But actually, I think we did 3 or 4 seasons, and on none of those seasons did we win everything. And that was always going to be the task from day one, was to win everything. And we didn't manage to do that. As much as we had a really good career mode, it was a really good series, we didn't manage to win everything in one season. It was much more difficult, I think, some people anticipated, and hopefully we're going to have a good mixture of a challenge and success, I think, in this career mode. We'll wait and see, though, how it gets on. Obviously, like I said before, I think we need to add 1 or 2 players in both the transfer windows that we have coming up this season to be able to really try and win everything if we can. We've got this first game against PSG, which we'll play in a second. First of all, I'm going to set up, I think, the youth scout reports and get those all started for us, just whilst we have plenty of money to spend. Okay, so that's all set up. We sent scouts out to Spain, Brazil and England, all looking for technically gifted players for the next 9 months. We'll wait and see what they come back with. Not the greatest scouts I've ever seen, but the best options that we had. I could have kept on firing them and rehiring to get better ones if I really wanted to, but we've gone with just the first 3 that came up, basically, for us to try and bring in. Hopefully those guys will bring in decent players. If not, then of course we can fire them and bring in other ones as a different occasion. Let's change around the team. I think we're going to go for a 3-5-2 formation for this game against PSG. It's always difficult to know exactly what sort of formation they're going to play. It seems like a 3 up front. Yeah, I suppose 4-3-3 makes sense. Maybe we'll go with a 5 at the back one then, just to make sure that we're nice and solid at the back. I'll change around the team now and we'll decide on the team up or down. Okay, this is the team that we're going to go with for this game against PSG to kick off today's episode. We've got Edison starting in goal, Kyle Walker, Tosin, Company, Mangala and Mendy in defence. And from that, Fabian Delph, Gundogan and Silva, with Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus starting up front. So it's a changed team, of course. It's pre-season. It's going to try out a few different players, a few different combinations of players as well together. But obviously some starters in there, as well as some players that probably wouldn't start usually for us. This match I've gone with Danilo, Fernandinho, Kevin De Bruyne, Silva, Diaz, Foden and Leroy Sané all on there. Other players that will miss out will also get to feature in other games coming up in the pre-season tournament. Let's see what we get on. Hopefully get ourselves a victory in this game. Obviously excited to try out the team and hopefully get ourselves 3 points. Obviously in many ways this is almost like a trial sort of team, but I think you have to do that, to be honest, in pre-season. You have to try out different players, you have to see what they're like, because if not now, when will you do it? You know, this isn't a proper competition, although there's £11 million, I think, up for grabs. It's not something that's particularly valuable to us, to be honest, but, you know, it'd be nice to win, but I think it's also a good opportunity to try out some of the players. Like I say, if you can't try them out now, when in the season are you going to have the time to try them out? You can't really afford to bring in the likes of Foden and Diaz for bigger matches during the season, and that's a great chance already for PSG. Neymar having a shot, but it's saved by Edison. So that's the reason why I kind of mixed up the team a little bit. There are few obviously different players in there. Tosin comes into the side. Excited to see what he can bring for us as a rotation sort of player throughout the season. I should also note that we haven't got any instructions or tactics in place or anything for this game. It's purely just this formation and this team, and that's it. No other things going on here. We're also on Legendary on this game as well. I think the sliders are slightly in favour of the opposition on FIFA 18 for us. I've changed, I think, for other career modes, so it is slightly in favour of them, just to make it even more difficult. Go on, a little flick over to Mendy there. Mendy going to try and get across into the middle. Oh, it's for Silva. Oh, connects with it, but it was always going to be headed wide and cleared by the PSG defence. Probably should have done a little bit better, I think, with the header. Okay, he's not known for his heading, but I think he maybe could have got it on target there. Sergio Aguero looking to try and beat his man here. Aguero going to try and get a shot away. It's a tight angle and he hits it over the bar. Was always weaving in and out, trying to find a little bit of space. The defender was backing off, but unable to get it around him and get a better angle to shoot from, really. It's a disappointing shot in the end, which sails over. Not too many chances for either team at the moment, trying to get hold of the ball a little bit more and hopefully create something then. Aguero still trying to get round his man. This time he will. Aguero with the shot and scores. It's 1-0. Got ourselves in front here against PSG. We've struggled a little bit to get the ball into the forwards at times, and with 10 minutes left of the first half, we've managed to finally do it. Sergio Aguero gets round his man as well. manages to dodge the tackle and find the bottom left-hand corner of that shot. Really good finish from Sergio Aguero, very, very clinical. Gabriel Jesus plays it into his feet. Defending's not great there, dives in too much. Sergio Aguero just rides the tackle and puts it fantastically into the bottom left-hand corner. Winning the game 1-0, got ourselves in front. I was going to look to change formation, to be honest, at half-time, because like I say, I'm not too impressed with the way they've got the ball to the strikers, and I think we could do with a bit more width. So this is exactly, I think, what we're going to still do at half-time, just to try and improve us a bit. Still going, Gabriel Jesus. Look for the ball through into Aguero, trying to get there, and Aguero does. It's now 2-0. Managed to cut PSG open again, and despite the sort of difficulties we're having getting the ball to the strikers, when we get it to them, they're finishing off every time, and Sergio Aguero gets his second of the game, just 5 or 6 minutes later, I think, and manages to double our lead, get us 2 goals in front of PSG now, who just seem to be capitulating at defence for some reason. In their defence, they just can't seem to handle us, but it's a great bit of running there from Sergio Aguero. Look at this, timed perfectly, great pass as well, just gets on the end of it, keeper tries to come out, can't get there, and we're winning the game 2-0 in a really good position right now, and Aguero just scooping it around him. Very happy with that. A few minutes before half-time, still looking to make change, I think, at half-time, despite the fact that we seem to be doing okay, but I still think we can perform a little bit better, get hold of the ball a bit more as well. Barely seem to have touched it. That's it for the first half, still win the game 2-0. Obviously fantastic to be in front. Let's make some changes at half-time. It's obviously a pre-season game. We're going to try out a few different formations, as well as a few different players as well. So we can make as many changes as we want, I think. We'll go with a 4-3-3 formation, which is something we did take a look at before we got into the game. I think we'll go with holding, although attacking's looking interesting. I think we might actually go attacking. Or, there's so many different options. I think we'll go with this one, actually. Okay, so 3 changes here at half-time. I'll see the change of formation, which you've seen. We've got Diaz and Foden coming on, alongside Danilo coming on as well. We've taken off Kyle Walker, Mendy and company. I've done that basically because I know what I'm getting from those guys. I want to try something else out. Fabian Delph's going to go play at left-back. Magala will play alongside Tosin. And we'll go with Silva on the right-hand side, or the right winger position, I think, as well. I might swap Gabriel Jesus and Silva around. We'll have to wait and see. But I think we're actually in a good position right now. 2-0 up. Obviously, I want to try different things out. Fabian Delph at left-back's one thing. Magala at centre-back alongside Tosin is another combination as well. And there's no point having players on the pitch where you know what you're going to get from them. Not in pre-season anyway. So I am going to make a few changes, see how that affects the team, see how we cope with those changes, and see how it affects the game as well. Silva going to come inside on his left foot onto Sergio Aguero. Now it's Gabriel Jesus on his right foot to shoot. Oh, he scores. That's our 3rd goal. Gabriel Jesus gets it. And we've got ourselves 3 goals in front of PSG now. 56 minutes into this game, 10 minutes into the second half. We've managed to get another goal to add to the tally. Really good bit of play. Just again getting it up into our attackers. And they're just the most dangerous players here for us. Because every time we go forward, we kind of look like scoring. We've not had that many chances. We've not been that much in control, but we've just scored most of our shots that we've had. And it's a really good little finesse, actually, from Gabriel Jesus there. Gets in the top right-hand corner, no saving it, and we're winning the game 3-0. Cavani, playing it into Verratti, just managed to block it though. It's a really good block as well. Didn't see which of the centre-backs managed to do it, but whoever did prevented probably a certain goal there for PSG. It was a great chance for them, and managed to, luckily, just keep hold of our clean sheet for now. Yes, the press is on. Gabriel Jesus. To Sergio Aguero. Can he get himself the hat-trick? No, it's intercepted. So close to a 3rd goal there for Aguero. The final 4 changes here, obviously a change of formation yet again to a 3 at the back. Sergio Aguero, Delph, Gundogan and Silva all to come off, and that means we'll bring on Kevin De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Silva and Leroy Sané, and we'll have Sané play up front alongside Gabriel Jesus. Kevin De Bruyne just going to basically play alongside Fernandinho in there. It's tempted to put Foden a little bit further back, and in fact I think we will, and just go with that and see how we get on. Silva on the left-hand side. It's for the final 23 minutes. We're just going to wait and see what it does to the team again, and how those players perform together. And I'm actually a little bit disappointed by their attack. I was expecting a bit more from them, especially with the names that they had starting today, but they haven't quite worked together particularly well, haven't gelled in this match. Leroy Sané looking to come inside his left foot. It's got to be a foul. Not a great challenge at all. 10 minutes left of this game. We'll wait and see with the best option in this position. It's a good angle, actually, I think, for a left footer to try and get it up and over the wall. It just depends whether I have the quality to be able to do that. Leroy Sané or David Silva, I think, are the 2 names that will probably interest me the most of this one. Certainly not Mangala, anyway. David Silva could be an option. I think he's actually got the better free kick accuracy, which is maybe a little bit surprising. Yeah, we'll go with David Silva then, I think. Try and get it up and over the wall if we can from this angle. It's always difficult. Can we? I've got it round the wall. Not quite enough in the corner, though. Easily saved. Chance saved. Fernandinho looked to head it. Heads it back to the goalkeeper. Wasn't supposed to head it out, but managed to again keep all our clean sheet just about. Getting a little bit lucky there, riding our luck again. PSG having 1 or 2 chances where they probably could have scored from, to be honest, in this game on another day. Kevin De Bruyne bring the ball forward for probably the first time, really. David Silva looked to try and do something, maybe into Kevin De Bruyne again, but blocked. And struggling at the moment to break them down as well as we were earlier on. Diaz comes inside. Leroy Sané over to Foden to shoot, and seemed to struggle to get the power behind it, but he got the shot towards goal just about. It made it anyway, and the goalkeeper had to save it. It's gone out for a corner. Di Maria is going to come on here for PSG. We're going to take the corner. Silva to deliver. Kevin De Bruyne is in there, connects with it, but saved pretty comfortably. And that's it. A 3-0 victory. Oh, it's fantastic to get 3 points at pre-season, but it is just a pre-season game. But if we can continue to perform like that and get those sort of results, then that'd be absolutely great. But like I say, it's pre-season. A lot can change. It was a change team for us. I'm sure there's other players that were changed for PSG as well. They were very wasteful, I think, at times. PSG could have done much more with the ball when they had it. Possession-wise in the first half, completely dominated us, just didn't do anything with it. But overall, very happy with that. Obviously, great to get a victory in the first pre-season game of the season. Real Madrid and Orlando played, and Real Madrid won that game 2-1. Maybe not as convincing as you'd expect in that match, but certainly looking forward to playing those two teams as well at some stage. So we're going to take a look at trying to bring in a new left-back, I think. Now we're going to basically just scout one out, see what sort of results we're able to get, and hopefully try and find someone to help Mendy out a little bit. Obviously, there was names mentioned in the summer for Manchester City that didn't quite come off, but we'll wait and see whether we are able to find anybody ourselves that is going to be an interesting left-back for us. Obviously, I know Danilo can play there. I mean, Delph can play there, but I'd rather have an out-and-out left-back, to be honest. I know that Delph certainly seemed okay in that position when he played there, but I certainly wouldn't want to play in there long-term. If Mendy was to get an injury, he wouldn't really be my first choice to put there. But before we take a look at any more left-backs, we're going to have a look at a transfer offer in here from Arsenal for David Silva, £46.1 million. A strange transfer offer in. I'm not a player that I'm wanting to try and sell, to be honest. We are just, I think, going to reject that one straight away. No interest in getting rid of David Silva. I think he's going to play quite a crucial role in our team and our squad in general, I think, this season. Obviously, we've got a lot of games to play this season in so many different competitions that we're trying to compete in, so we're not going to be looking to sell that many players, only the ones I've listed, really, unless there's to be a real significant offer for somebody that is more of a squad player, then maybe we'd consider it. But speaking of transfer offers, we've got another one in for Matiki. 640 grand is how much the bid is for. I don't know who's actually putting the bid. Don't recognise the badge at all, but I'd certainly get rid of him for that. No idea where that's from. What league are they even from? No clue at all, but we're going to accept it nevertheless, and he can now leave us once that's all being negotiated and sorted out. The personal terms. This game against Real Madrid is the next one we're going to play. Not too sure about formations just yet. Might go 4-3-3. That's certainly looking tempting, but we'll see whether we've got enough time to do that one in today's episode. To be honest, I don't think we're quite going to have enough time to play that game against Real Madrid in today's episode. We're going to take a look at some more left-backs before we end things here, and we are going to try and find somebody in the Premier League that we are going to be interested in. We'll start to build up some sort of short list. I know players like Danny Rose will be a huge interest, I think, to Man.City. I'd love to try and bring him in, but it just depends whether that's going to be particularly realistic or not. I know obviously they've looked at him in real life, and we will certainly add him to the shortlist, but it's always difficult to know exactly who's the right player to bring in. So he's going to be one of the names that we'll have on the list. Players like, I think, Jordi Alba I've seen linked as well, Man.City in recent times, amongst other names as well. So we'll take a look, I think, at Jordi Alba, but it's difficult to know whether, again, he's going to be the right fit or not. Obviously, we know he's a fantastic player. 85 overall would be definitely a starter over Mendy, but at the same time, part of me does want to start Mendy as well. So it'll be a tough decision. Maybe I'll leave that one down to you guys in the comments section below. Let me know your thoughts about the whole sort of fullback situation we have. What I should do about the left back. Do I bring in another one? Do I just have Fabian Delph that can play there? But I would like to try and make a signing in this transfer window. Usually I like to make a signing or two, and I think just one will probably be justified. I don't think we need to bring in any more attackers. Pretty happy with the rest of the squad, to be honest, other than maybe a left back. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. I'll be really interested to hear what you guys think about the squad currently. Obviously very happy with it in general, but we do need to, I think, try and add one player, I think, in this window. That's everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we can try and hit 100 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. And I'll see you guys next time for another episode. These will be going out every other day, in between, obviously, the episodes for the Barcelona and Leeds career modes, which will be going out every other day as well. So watch out for those. On weekends, they'll be going out at 12 PM. On weekdays, they'll be going out at 4 PM UK time. So stay subscribed, hit the bell button as well to find out notifications, and also don't forget to follow me on Twitter at GamefaceHD and on Instagram at GamefaceHD as well. The links to that is in the description below, and that is the place to stay up to date for when these videos come out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.